Good morning, peeps. So it is Saturday morning. It is 8:22 in the morning. I am having my coffee out of my new favorite mug that I got from my bestie, Mels. You are not allowed to watch this video. So shut it off right now. So this video, let me just take a sip. By the way, I got this as a birthday gift from my bestie, and it has a bunch of friendship type sayings on it. This one I probably love the most. It says, we are only best friends because the universe couldn't handle us as sisters. Love it. So anyway, that's my mug from my bestie, and I thought it was appropriate because I'm going to be talking about us, and I thought I'd share a couple of pictures of us. That's my mouse. So yeah, so this is let me just briefly tell you about our little friendship. Well, our friendship, sisterhood, and how we met. So we met on the Scrap Beach, which is a social networking site for crafters. I actually am not sure if it still exists, but it was run by Catherine, and I know I'm going to butcher her last name, Krieger. Probably ruined it. I probably did. I could never pronounce her last name. But anyway, we met on her site, the Scrap Beach, and we're not quite sure how long we've been friends, but we think it's probably approximately 6, 7 plus maybe years. So 2 years ago, I flew to California for us to meet face to face for the first time, and we had an absolute ball. If you've been my subby for a long time, you will have seen and follow me on IG and on Facebook. You've seen pictures of us together. I think this might be my first trip, or maybe it's the second. I don't even remember. But anyway, so yeah, so that's a little brief of how we met. So we've been friends for a long time, and we talk every day, all day, from the moment one of us wake up till one of us fall asleep. I don't know if I mentioned, but Mely's in California and I'm in New York. So yeah, we're definitely East Coast, West Coast. So the purpose of this video is not to talk about our friendship, but to talk about a project that we're doing together that I discovered from another YouTuber who does this with her best friend who lives miles apart. Her name is Heather Mattern, and I probably butchered her last name. And her best friend is Christine. I can't remember Christine's last name, but I'm going to put both of their links to them explaining this project a whole lot better than I can. So Heather did a video called the Love Notes Friendship Journal. I'm sorry, the Love Notes Adventures Friendship Journal. And I was curious of what this was about, so I watched the video and I sent the link to Mels, and she loved the idea. She was like, let's do it. So we started last month. I was so excited that I mailed mine off. I didn't take a picture of it. I didn't show you guys what I did. I just was so excited. I already mailed it off. She just read it last night. So it's really funny. But anyway, I'm going to have her send me a picture of it, and I'm going to post it up on my IG because I want Heather and Christine to know how much they've inspired us to do this as well. They have a hashtag on Instagram called Love Notes Adventures, where they share little snippets of their journals. So Mels and I don't know about Mels, but I'm going to do the same. Share little snippets, not a whole thing, because it is a personal thing. So what Heather and Christine do, they put together a simple journal out of whatever, and they just write little snippets of their lives, the good, the bad, the ugly, things that remind them of each other, stuff like that, stuff that they probably don't get to say, or whatever the situation is, they put it in their journal. So Mely and I found it a little bit challenging because we do talk all day long. So it's like, what in the world will we be journaling about? But we did find things. Well, I did. I haven't gotten Mely's yet. Hers is on its way soon. But I found, little things that I was able to journal about to her. I still felt like I was rambling. She said she felt like she was rambling on hers too, but it's still all good. I think it's such a great thing to have something so personal. Texting is fine, but it gets lost after a while. And this is something that we will have for years to come. And I can't wait to get like a whole bunch of them. And I'm going to make a nice pretty box. I'm going to alter a box and have that box filled with our little journals. And I think it would be so cool 10 years from now to go back and read all our journals all over again. I just think things get lost with technology, and I think this is something that's really personal and something that we really will continue on for years to come. So I want to thank Heather and Christine for sharing their project. And yeah, so I'm going to briefly share with you. I'll move our pictures out the way. My second one. Our first one didn't have a theme because we couldn't think of anything. And I think it was already almost June. So we are going to do ours on a monthly basis. Mely chose to do a summer theme for the second one, which is appropriate because we're in summer. So this is mine. I wanted to do a little watercoloring for this one. So I just folded some watercolor paper in half. I did a quick little pamphlet stitch with some elastic cording, and then I added some seam binding, a couple of little ribbons, and that's pretty much it. I watercolored the front and the back. I'll probably do some watercoloring on the inside. I haven't journaled on it yet, which is why I'm sharing it with you now. I write the issue number, so this will be issue 2. July 2016, and then I write the theme, which is summer this time. I got this little cut apart from an old paper collection, and I had this sticker that was so appropriate. Every summer has a story. So yeah, and then I just added this little paper clip, and then it just opens up like this. And I already started watercoloring some of the background, and I just used 5 little sheets, and I folded in half. And that's it. I might add a pocket because sometimes I like to stick some Avon samples in there for her, or whatever reminds me of her, I will stick it in there. So that's really simple. It's really cheap to mail something like this off. Mely's and I might be a little bit more expensive only because we tend to send goodies when we mail stuff to each other. But I think if you have a friend who is someone who is miles away, this is such a great project to do with them. Like I said, technology is great, but something like this, handwritten, something so personal, I think it's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, I think I've said all I can say. I think Heather does a beautiful job explaining how her and Christine do it, and if you guys are interested, definitely check them out. And I thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.